Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name's David and this is David K Reacts, and today we're going to be reacting to Geoff Castellucci's cover of White Christmas. I'm actually going to be reacting to the premiere as it happens, which I haven't done before. I think there were a couple of premieres last month, but I wasn't sort of on hand to record them at that time. But this time I'm going to, and I'm hoping I'm going to be able to be getting in some extra videos this month. I had a couple of things I wanted to do from the Christmas catalogue of both Geoff and VoicePlay, but I would also like to look at their new stuff too. So yeah, the premiere is about to begin as I record this, and there'll be a slightly funny cut in this one because I'm recording this far enough ahead of the premiere that I'm not going to sort of be talking over the top of the countdown or trying to time some complicated intro to be exactly right for when the premiere starts. And then I will cut back to myself after the fact and we'll go back and break down the video. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been around, welcome back. Please do like this video if you enjoy what I'm doing. There's a subscribe button down there. I would love if you hit that. My goal is 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2022. I would love to be able to make that. And hit the bell to be notified when things are going live from me. My goal is generally once a week, Friday at 5 PM EST. I was a little late with the video this week just because last week got ahead of me, and I couldn't quite get my editing, not that I edit the videos, but I couldn't get the little text bits and pieces added in time, so that came out a little late. But Friday 5 PM EST is my goal. Hopefully several extra videos during this month. And I also have a Buy Me a Coffee page, buymeacoffee.com/DavidKReacts. So please do feel free to head over there and buy me a coffee if you would like to donate to the channel. No pressure. If you'd rather just stay here and watch the video, that's fine. And if you haven't seen my work before, I'm going to watch the video straight through at the premiere time with everybody else. I will have the chat hidden. I'm not going to engage with that. I want to just focus in on the music, and then I will go back and break down and analyze the video after the fact. So, if you just want to see the reaction, that's cool. If you'd like to watch the whole thing, go for it. So without further ado, I'm going to cut the video here to me watching the premiere, and then I will cut back afterwards and go over the video and see what we got. All right, see you in a minute. Oh, that progression is gorgeous. That's great.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know.
I like the pullback from the harmony to just Geoff on the piano.
Where the treetops glisten and children listen
appearing stuff is
to
cool.
hear sleigh bells in the snow, the snow.
Ooh, that's cool. Oh, costume change. I love it.
Of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. May your days, may your
that's
days,
nice.
may your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
I'm dreaming, well, I'm dreaming. The sun is shining, the grass is green, the orange and palm trees sway. Ain't never been such a day in Beverly Hills, LA. Come on. Dreaming of a white Christmas.
Oh, this is so cool. Oh, that's beautiful, those runs.
castles in the snow, the snow.
Oh, that's fun. I like that. Talk about that later.
Dreaming of a white with every Christmas card. Oh, with every card I write. May your days, may your days, may your days be merry and bright. And may all your Christmases be white.
Woo!
Your Christmases be white. And may all your Christmases be white.
Oh, that's gorgeous. Yes, Geoff.
Hey y'all, thanks for watching, and happy holidays. This video was made possible by all the fine folks over on Patreon, but especially Holger Draco, Debs Badger, Elsa Lagnestall and Dorothy Broom, Carl and Melanie Thomas, Skylar Harris, Emily Zapst, Debbie Goodling, Patricia Skuman, Laura Mueller, and Sarah O. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Oh, that was beautiful. Geoff, that was a masterful arrangement. We're going to go back and watch that again because, of course, we are. Let me just skip past the premiere bit. Where does it start? 7, 6, 5, 4, 2, 1. Okay, there we go. That is gorgeous. I mean, what a beautiful song to begin with. I absolutely love White Christmas. Yeah. For those who don't know, it was actually written for Holiday Inn by Irving Berlin. It was Holiday Inn came out in 1942, and that's actually what the song was written for. There is also the film White Christmas that features the song White Christmas. That is not what it was written for, contrary to a fair degree of popular belief, I think. White Christmas came out... When did that come out? That's actually a really good question. Yeah, Holiday in 1942. It also won the Academy Award for Best Original Song, which makes sense. And it came... Where was it? I should know the answer to this. This is one of those moments where... Oh, this is interesting. So I didn't see this. It is the most recorded Christmas song. There have been more than 500 recorded versions of this in different languages. That's crazy. Also not surprising. Of course, Frank Sinatra did it. The Ravens, Bing Crosby, Andy Williams, Bette Midler. I think none of these is particularly surprising. Also done on Glee. I did not see far enough into Glee to see that, but I didn't know it had been done for it. And I just want to find... I should have looked at this before the premiere started. 1954, White Christmas, the movie, came out, and that's the Bing Crosby version is in there. I've seen both of those movies, but yes, the actual film named after it came out 12 years after its original premiere, in case you didn't know that. I love it. I think it's such a gorgeous, gorgeous piece of music. And I think I know a lot. I obviously from the UK, and we don't always get White Christmases. We would get a lot of ice. But when I was growing up, it was a bit of a crapshoot whether you would get a White Christmas or whether you would just get a really, really cold Christmas. I was in the suburbs of London, so I guess the heat of the city probably didn't help with that. But I used to listen to this song and hope that maybe a White Christmas would come that year. So I have a very soft spot for it. Okay, so let's jump back in and watch this and see what we got. I had a quick check, and the song's in G major, so I'll be checking, that can be my point of reference for notes and things like that. And I'm just really looking forward to this, because that was so good! All right, White Christmas, here we go again. That's so lovely, that little transition there. We start out in G major, go down to that low C, and then back up to the F in the bass line there, and the richness of that chord right there, it really pulls in the harmony of the 4 versions of Geoff, and that is just gorgeous. Kind of lets us into a little hint of what we're in for, although we're going to go in a slightly different direction than that might imply. But it's just, what a gorgeous way to start this thing. That's such a great... It comes in just slightly ahead of where you'd expect it to be, and just completely changes the tone of what it is that we're dealing with here, and all of a sudden we get this lovely upbeat start. That's so good. I love that we have this richness. You kind of almost expect it to be closer to sort of the original crooner style at the beginning there, and just this unexpected turn to go in a different direction is brilliant. I really, really like that.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas.
And I mentioned this while we were going through in the reaction. I also love the fact that we have this start off with all the dums, da-da-da-dum. There's the harmony between the Geoffs, and then as soon as the line comes in, the 3 backing Geoffs just pull away, and we just have this lovely focus on the keys and melody Geoff. It's a really effective way of getting us started. We know we're going to expect more harmony, of course, but we can focus in on these first few lines without having to sort of... we're not worrying... That's not worrying is the wrong phrase, but we're focusing tightly on the melody, on the start of the song. We're setting the style really nicely, which has already been done by the harmony, but now we got it with the vocal line as well. And it pulls back and gives us somewhere to go. We're going, I keep talking about this with all of these arrangements, but it's all about giving us somewhere to go, and that's what makes them so effective.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know.
Also really effective that we just have, I assume that is a brush on a snare in the background, that just sort of sound that's going on there. If you're not familiar with them, brushes, when it comes to drumsticks, you've got a stick. This is really hard to do because I'm seeing myself backwards on the screen up here. You have a stick that's about yay long, and then out the other end you've got metal strands that kind of form what looks like a sort of dusting brush almost, and that's what gives that sort of very archetypal jazz sound to a drum kit. And it sounds like it's just a brush. You sort of stir the snare drum almost, and it gives you that lovely effect in the background. I think that's what's going on. And then these snaps. Geoff and his snaps. It's such an effective sound for this kind of music, and he uses it so well. And I love that it's all 4 Geoff snapping, but just the one singing.
Christmas, just like the ones
I beg your pardon, it's 3 Geoff snapping, but also snapping both fingers, so you've kind of got that chorus of snaps going on, if you like. I'm also jealous of anyone who can snap well with both fingers, because I have a pretty good one on my right hand, but my left is pathetic.
Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten.
That's such a nice entry too, because right at the beginning there, you just have the dum, 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 dum from the piano. It's just an umpar bass. It's not doing anything else. And then you get this beginning of the background starting to fill in. We're into the second half of the verse, and now you get this rich sort of occasional harmony coming in from the piano just to fill out what's going on. It's really cool.
Where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear.
I love that note. Because, you know, it's where the treetops glisten and children listen, is what you would expect to hear, and instead he subverts that and goes down, because of course he does. Oh, so good.
And children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow, the snow. Well,
That's nice too. There's that little break there. Sleigh bells in the snow. And you sort of expected dum dum dum. I'm straight back in again 4 beats later, and instead we have this slight hold with the extra. Is it extra 2 bars or extra
the
bars?
snow, dum, the snow, the snow.
Yeah. So 1 extra bar there, and it just allows that little bit of fun. You get one of the backing Geoffs giving us the run down instead of main Geoff, and it allows us to lead into a shift in the music. And that little pause there is really nicely timed. Just gives us it's a little bit of a break. There's no shift in momentum particularly, but the ear can tell, even if you don't know music, your ear can tell you that that's coming in, like this next verse is starting a bar later than you expect, even if you don't know how to identify that. Of course, if you know music, you know what you're doing, or you know what you're hearing. But if you don't know music, you still pick up on that little shift. And it's just a really nice touch. And I love this wardrobe change. All of a sudden, all the Geoffs are wearing different costumes. That's so cool. Going from this uniform look reminds me of the you had the 16 tons, the 4 Geoffs all dressed identically, and then we have this fun shift, so they're all wearing their own clothing. This is great.
The snow. Well, I'm dreaming of a white.
That was also really smooth. What did it take to get that right? Because I'm assuming that it was just. Did he just sit there and somebody came and put a shirt on, or a jacket, or whatever it is, and then he just carried on from where he was? Because the legs don't move. Like, there's not a really jarring shift in the graphic from Geoff dressed plainly to Geoff dressed differently. That's incredibly smooth.
The snow.
The arms, yeah, so the top half moves a little bit. You can see the Geoff that's now wearing the white sweatshirt. The position of his arms moves slightly. So there is, I think, yeah, it was just maybe very still, sitting very still, only moving the top half to get things on, keeping the legs where they were. But it's great, because you don't have this kind of, it's not going from here to going to here, you know, where you sort of see everything bleed in the transition. It's just been really, really well done.
The snow. Well, I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. With every Christmas card I write, may your day.
Oh, that's so nice. With every card I write. Going up to the C there, but we're not getting. It's not like a C over D or a C, just a straight C. There's something else at play there.
Card I write, may your
Card I write. There's an F sharp in there as well. So is that a D7? I'm not. I've said it time and time again. I'm not good at just instantaneously breaking down chords. I feel like we're getting a D7 over a G there.
Christmas card I write, may your days.
Yeah, I think it's a D7, but there's something going on, and I can't quite hear what it is. But it's a really nice touch, because it's just the faintest hint of dissonance in a jazz style, so it's not breaking away from what's going on there. It's just not what you expect, which is a really nice and I think that's the theme of this, is lots of chords here and there that are just not quite what you expect, and it's really cool.
Card I write, may your days, may your days, may your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white.
Oh, that's so rich. Those lovely additional bass notes in there that break away from the traditional melody. That's what I like so much about this, I think, is Geoff has made the melody his own as well as the song. He's not sticking to the traditional notes on every single note. Most of them are there, and then it just shifts away somewhere else, and that's really, really cool. I'm trying to hear what that really low note is there. Is that it? Maybe a 2-5-1? I think that's probably an A1. It's just deep enough and kind of rich enough in the chord. I can't quite hear it, but I think that's probably a 2-5-1, or it might be a 1-5-1. I'm not 100% certain. But it's really cool. I love the richness of that against the harmony. Oh, so good.
Your Christmas is me wine.
Those chords, too, it's not what you expect. It's not sort of... There is more dissonance in there. I'm not sure. I'm sitting here and I'm thinking I'm actually not sure what the two chords are there. And then I think it's a sixth he ends on there. I feel like it's not up top. So it's not bum, 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 bum. I think that note might be down the octave somewhere. I'm not 100% certain, because they're clashy and tight enough that I'm not quite sure what I'm hearing. What I am hearing is an amazing chord progression that just further makes this Geoff's own and really fits the tone that he's got with this song, and is just, again, it's not what you expect. So it's just kind of taking you on a journey with Geoff into the song and what he wants to make of it, and it's just brilliant.
Christmas is me wine. Well, I'm dreaming. Well, I'm dreaming. The sun is shining, the grass is green.
Oh, I love the breakdown in the drums there. We just break back in the... It's really... It's great. This... Because you are now breaking out into a bridge, so the tone can, or the pacing of the drums and that sort of thing can shift, and of course it fits, and it's just really nice with what he's done. And I love this. Is it dreaming? Yeah. Those two in a row, and the first time you get the unison singing underneath, the second time you get the harmony breaking out. That's really, really nice, and it just... For a moment, I thought he was going to go straight into the next verse. I'm dreaming of a why, something like that. And instead, we go into the bridge, which is just a really nice way of doing it.
Well, I'm dreaming. Well, I'm dreaming. The sun is shining, the grass is green, the orange and palm trees sway. Such a day in Beverly Hills, LA. Come on.
Oh, I love that run up in Beverly Hills, LA. That's really cool. That's a nice... Of course, it's showing off what Geoff can do, which is fantastic. This richness, this velvet voice I always talk about, is so perfect for a Christmas song. Because it's that warmth, it invites you in. And of course, the interesting thing about this is it's someone dreaming of a white Christmas in LA. They're not somewhere they would expect to necessarily get snow. So you're talking about this warmth. It was funny actually looking at the chat right before the premiere. Everyone was talking about what temperature it was where they were, and for the most part, the majority of people watching were close to freezing or below. It's 0 degrees as I record this here in Toronto, and so it's a slightly different climate, and so the nature of this song is not necessarily what you'd expect, taking it on face value before you start hearing more about where the singer is, and I've always enjoyed that about this, but I love that focus there of that in Beverly Hills, LA. It's like now we're placing where this song is being sung from in the nature of the words, and this lovely focus on this deep bass run up to the tonic. That's really cool.
In Beverly Hills, LA. Come on.
I feel like it's now just like a Geoff staple to have a come on It's somewhere in there. And it's always so cool and very well placed. I love that, going back into the verse again. That's really effective. I meant to jump back a little further, so I'm just going to go back a few steps.
I'm dreaming. The sun is shining, the grass is green, the orange and palm trees sway. Ain't never been such a day in Beverly Hills.
I also like the... What is it? Yeah, you get day, 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 day. Not sure if those are the exact notes, but it's 3 notes ascending, and then all of a sudden, in Beverly Hills, LA, and it's that lovely thing of we're going to go up, and then all of a sudden we're right down at the bottom. And that's so effective because you're creating this space for that bass voice to come in and really just dominate that moment with that line, and it's really, really effective.
In Beverly Hills, LA, come on. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know.
There's so many things to talk about there. I love that we start on the tonic. I'm dreaming. Rather than I'm dreaming, we're starting down on the tonic instead of on the third, and it just allows that beautiful G1 from Geoff, which just sounds so good, of course. And it's a lovely start to this bass line, where it's just establishing that that's where we're going to be for a bit. I also really like this chord progression. They're like the ones that I used to know. We're coming back down again at the end of that. And I'm not 100% sure what chord we're ending on there, because it's so kind of, it's got that dissonance, it's got that richness to it, it's got that really jazzy feel. No. I think we have a major 7th and a tonic there. I'm not 100% certain. It's a very tight chord, but it's that drop back down again, just like the ones I used to know. You know, you might expect maybe it goes up to here, and instead it's no. We're right back down again. It's just, there's so many things in here that are just catching me by very pleasant surprise, and I'm really enjoying it. Also, I love that we have these lovely decorations, this gorgeous tree, the festoon of lights, these awesome, like the holiday sleigh rides and the peppermint, peppermint bark? Is that maybe? I can't quite see. But you have this slightly dilapidated paint job on the wall behind, and it gives it a really rustic feel. Which I think, you know, it's kind of the country home by the fireplace look, almost, minus the fireplace, of course. And there's just something really lovely about that. That it's not everything is pristine. That's a really cool thing. Anyway.
Christmas, just like the ones I used to know.
Even there too. No, just like the ones I used to know. I think he goes down to the second there, the A. That's just a really nice run down to support the unusual chords that are going on above it. That's really cool. Also interesting. Sorry, I keep stopping on this point, but there's so much happening. We're ending up with that. I think it might actually be. Is it a G major over an A? Or a G major 7 over an A? I'm not 100% certain, but whatever the A is slightly at odds with the chords that are going on above it, and that's really effective. It's not unsettling, which is a word I've used to describe this kind of dissonance in other songs. There is still something very kind of comfortable about it, and it's not breaking away from the tone of the song, but it's just doing something a little different, and it's really cool. Oh, those runs throughout that section. This Geoff, woo! It's really lovely hearing that motion in it. Because this is such a happy part of the verse, right? It's looking at all the things that are happening outside that are so great about wintertime and Christmas. And I just absolutely adore the addition of those runs and those shifts that are happening there. And then you end on this lovely chord, like really juicy, rich jazz chord at the end there. I want to go back on that section.
Treetops glisten and children listen until they hear sleigh bells in the snow. The snow.
Ah, that is so beautiful. I love also the background. You've got this it's these lovely. This is like that. I was talking with somebody on the Discord about or was it a YouTube comment? I forget now. But about how close harmony is all about not just having 3 chords. So many contemporary songs these days, like the 4-chord song by Axis of Awesome, exists precisely because there are so many songs that do exactly that. They focus on the same 4 chords. And White Christmas is a little bit more inventive than that, but this close harmony approach to it allows for this moving everywhere. So many different chords, passing chords that you go through on the way from point A to point B. And it just, the variety of the music that you're getting is fantastic. Oops.
Treetops glisten and children listen until they hear sleigh bells in the snow. The snow.
Oh, the snow. Going in that lovely tritone there. If you don't know what a tritone is, it's the furthest apart. It's the furthest you can get, between if you've got a G and the G above it. The tritone is the furthest you can get in the middle of that, which is the C sharp. So there's the G, there's the D, there's the C sharp. Da, da, da. And it just, you can do so many things with the tritone. And this is a lovely use of one there. The snow, the snow. Mm-hmm. Oh, no. I'm sorry, I misheard that. It's not, it's the minor third. Sorry. I don't know where I went on about tritones for a second there.
Sleigh bells in the snow. The snow.
No, there might be a tritone in the background. I think that's maybe what I'm hearing. But he's just gone up to the minor third there. The snow, da. It's gorgeous. And it's left us with this lovely rich chord just to move on from there that I was talking about earlier. And we're not in minor. And that chord stands out because there's a minor third at the front of it, and it is a little bit jazzier, but it's not changing the tonality of the piece of music that we're actually listening to, which is what's so great. It's just giving us a moment of that kind of, it's the feeling it gives me anyway, before we carry on with the music. One more time.
Sleigh bells in the snow. The snow. Well, I'm dreaming.
Oh, that run there. Those chords around that are crunchy. That's really beautiful. Also, I love this gag going on here that 3 of the Geoffs get a present or a card, and the one on the right has nothing and can't work out what's going on for a couple of minutes until he finds it in his pocket. That's such a good little gag. But yeah, just listen to these notes.
The snow. Well, I'm dreaming of a white. Dreaming of a white. With every.
Wow. That is so crunchy. The richness of that harmony there, and it's dissonant harmony. It's not, clean chords, and it's great because as we go through, we're permitting ourselves more and more dissonance because it's creeping in. There is the progression of very little to lots, and there's nothing. We've come to expect it because that's the direction the song's going, and then it hits so hard right here with these chords. Wow.
Dreaming of a. I'm dreaming of a white. Dreaming of a white. With every Christmas card.
And there's still dissonance there, but it's becoming a little bit less so. We are falling into chords that are a little bit more what you expect. Still not quite. And I love these lovely bass runs coming from Geoff on the end here, singing as he goes through, singing against the trio. This is so effective.
With every Christmas card, well, with every card I write, may your days, may your days, may your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white.
That's so nice, because now we have broken back into our standard chords. There's a lot less dissonance over that phrase. And it's nice because we're coming towards the ending. And so we're beginning to break back into familiarity. And then you get that completion of the phrase, and all of a sudden we dive down into these bass notes again. This is, so good.
And may all your Christmases be white.
I also love "May All Your Christmases Be White," and then the backing singers "Just Like I Used to Know," which is not the line you might expect them to sing, but it sounds so good there. That's really cool.
And may all your Christmases be white. And may all your Christmases be white. And may all your Christmases be
I love, so we have that, you go down into that beautiful bass, and it actually ends up the octave again. He doesn't stay down there, but the three Geoffs are staying where they are. So the harmony doesn't change its pitch, but the melody drops down the octave, and that's really, really nice. And then at the ending, we're back in these familiar chords, but it's the drop down right at the end into that amazing G1 that just sits down there. And it's just, it's a nice long, rich note that we can really just kind of enjoy. One more time on this last ending. A bit further.
And may all your Christmases be white. And may all your Christmases be white. And may all your Christmases be white.
That's great. And I love that it's that you have that ending of, again, that traditional close harmony. That's such an effective finish to this. And you've got that lovely chord in the piano that holds on until we hit that final note. Brilliant. That is so good. That is a wonderful arrangement of that song. I love how individual it was. I'm going to lose this. I love how individual it was to Geoff's style. He used the three other Geoffs to fantastic effect. The accompaniment was sparse enough that the Geoffs were able to do their thing, but detailed enough that there was always something going on. And I didn't really talk about the accompaniment much, because I'm focusing on the singing. But it was never intrusive. And actually, the fact that I didn't talk about it much kind of says that. It was always there, but it was never intrusive. It just felt like it was supporting, filling in the gaps. Of course, right at the beginning, you had that lovely duet between the piano and Geoff, melody Geoff, and then right at the end, it plays us out there. Both very, very effective choices. But I really, really like the balance that was struck there. This is fantastic. Well done, Geoff, on another brilliant arrangement. I really, really like this. Yeah. So there you go. That is I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas. Please do like this video if you've enjoyed watching it. Again, subscribe and hit the bell for notifications when my videos come out. And if you would like to, feel free to head over to buymeacoffee.com/DavidKReacts and support the channel. That would be lovely, but no pressure to do so. I am going to be doing a bunch of Christmas stuff over the month, or a bunch of holiday stuff over the month. I don't know if it'll all be Christmas, we'll see. I have some ideas of some things I would like to cover. And I'm throwing in a couple of extras because of these premieres. I'd sort of planned out, I had a couple of things I wanted to do before I knew these were happening. I probably should have guessed something was going to be happening, but I will be getting to those in due course. And I am hoping, I was not expecting to be able to do an extra video this early, but because of the premiere I wanted to. And this one may actually go out, I'm probably going to do sort of Tuesday and Friday or something like that to give it more of a break. This one may actually go out potentially even as early as Sunday, but maybe on Monday. Just depending on how quickly I can get it edited. Just because, you know, I was there for the premiere and it would be fun to do it fairly rapidly. But yes, I'll see what I can get done over the holiday season. I've had lots of suggestions. I've also had a lot of suggestions that are not holiday. Thank you for those as well. Please keep the suggestions coming in. You know, I will add to my thesis of suggestions. It's what it feels like right now, and that's fantastic. I'm really glad to have it. But anything that isn't holiday themed is not going to happen until the new year. I can say that with surety. Because I want to do holiday stuff this month. Because it's fun, and there's a lot of it. And like I said in a previous video, I kind of can't get away with holiday tunes outside of this month, where something like Halloween, you can sort of pull off doing those at any point. I feel like this sort of thing, you know, people want to listen to it now and not in the middle of June. So I will go ahead and get those out when I can. Thank you again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and that will be it for me for now, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Stay safe and bye for now.